everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're catching this. I'm glad to have you here. I'm actually thrilled to have you here on some Treecat chat. Just me coming to you every Saturday morning for me, morning anyways, bringing you some expert insights and news and commentary on the exciting world of e-commerce, re-commerce, and reselling with a little fun and little energy to kickstart your weekend. Now, today, I do not have my typical energy drink because I ran out, unfortunately. I'm rocking the plain sparkling water, and I am not half as caffeinated as I need to be, but you know what? The morning is still young, so let's just get into it. What do I have to talk about today? Today, this podcast is brought to you by Treecat, right? Because cross-listing isn't enough. You need all kinds of tools and automations and stuff like that to be successful. So yeah, shout out to Treecat. What I want to talk about today is AI. Is AI coming for your job? Because you know what? I've been trolling LinkedIn lately, and there's a lot of white collar angst happening. But before we get into all of that, I want to bring back my news, my TLDR news for resellers. All the things that are happening this last week in the world of e-commerce. Things that I think are interesting and that I think you'll think are interesting. I think one of the big pieces of news was eBay's stock. They had a breakout, and I'm not a stockholder of eBay, but you know what? I'm rooting for eBay. I am team eBay these days, especially with some of the other platforms and the type of stuff type of shenanigans that they're pulling. But yeah, so they had, I don't know if you saw their stock, but it was up to like 72.59 this week. And I was like, wow, that's good. People are leaning into the circular economy. And I also saw another headline that eBay stock, there's less shorts on that stock, which is good because you guys remember the day when they had all those activist investors and everything. But what's cool about eBay not having short sellers as many, they have short sellers, but their short interest has gone down of late. What's cool about that is investors and thought leaders are leaning into the circular economy. What's the circular economy? Essentially reselling. And eBay is the place that's, where their sellers are not getting as hit by tariffs because they're reselling, right? So yay for that. We are happy about that. And, when you talk about, I just noticed, investors, thought leaders, and celebrities, like, who Phoebe Gates is. She's the daughter of Bill Gates. She just started an app. I think it's called FIA. And it is it's like a Chrome extension or something that searches used items because she's apparently a big online shopper and she's like wanting to find the best price. And I'm like, how fascinating. So you know what? It's a win for the circular economy space. So we're excited about that. Her app, I don't know whether or not it's using this new buzzword, if it's utilizing technology called agentic AI, because right now we're in the sort of generative AI era, right, where we're generating text, we're generating photos and things like that. But the next kind of step in the AI ladder is this agentic AI, where they're essentially kind of like building in an automation layer. And people are saying it's going to change the way search happens for e-commerce, right? So people are going to maybe use automated bots to search for things that they're interested in, or just search for the pricing that they're interested in. So I have no idea whether or not her program is using agentic AI, but I thought it was interesting, right? It's an interesting concept that she's doing. And it just goes to show you that re-commerce is the place to be right now, guys. Re-commerce is the place to be. All right. So getting to our topic today, is AI coming for your reselling job? Maybe you have some angst, like all these white collar workers out there who are getting laid off due to getting replaced or getting displaced by AI. Well, I did a blog about it. So you guys may know about my blog.treecat.io. And I think, the short answer is no. There's a lot of things that AI can do for resellers, right? So can help you list faster with better and more compelling product descriptions and photos. It can autofill categories. And if you're using Treecat, right, you know that Treecat does the AI autofill before you cross-list it. which is awesome and super helpful and makes things streamline so much when you're cross-listing. AI can clean up your photos, remove backgrounds, placing it on AI models. I'm doing that right now with ChatGPT 4.0, and I'm loving it. I think coming soon will be people generating quick comps, and we already have title suggestions and keyword suggestions to boost visibility. And just like lot of fun stuff in the world of cross listing, right? And in the world of AI in general. So like these are kind of tasks that don't need your full attention anymore, right? You can outsource them to an AI bot. But there's still some things that AI can't do and probably won't do. So it's powerful. It has limits, right? So no matter how advanced it gets, it's not going to walk into a thrift store and know which vintage jeans are worth flipping, right? It's not going to understand buyer behavior on each platform. Think Depop. You know what's going to sell on Depop that's not going to sell on eBay, right? It's not going to handle customer questions with your voice and empathy, and it's not going to ship packages. It's not going to take photos, and it's not going to inspect flaws. So I'm not too worried about AI coming for my job. Okay. But, some people are. Like I said, you've got like people in finance, junior financial analysts, bookkeepers, tax preparers, retail and food service, content and media creation, like, SEO writers, copywriters, basic video editors. I'm doing a lot of this stuff with AI, right? You are probably too. Legal and medical admin, legal researchers, paralegals. We just talked to our attorney friend the other day, and he was like, yeah, I don't need a paralegal anymore. I'm just using AI tools. And I was like, yeah, we all saw this coming. And, surprisingly, even tech is being a little bit displaced, right? You can do QA testing now with AI, junior web developers, simple script writers, and IT help desks, So a lot of stuff getting displaced by AI. Reselling, not so much. Oh yeah, this is the documentary about it's such a good documentary. Anyways, moving on. Yes, we were talking about how that was a reference to the artists and things like that, and how they're being affected by AI. So interesting stuff, right? Interesting stuff happening in the world of AI. And if you want to get a little help, if you're like, hey, I want to get on this automation train, you can check out Treecat. We've got cross listing to eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. We have lots of automations that help you out, like free Poshmark sharing, quantity handling. So if one gets taken down, the others, or one gets sold, the others get taken down automatically. And lots of other good stuff, guest accounts, delist, relist. And we have the awesome pay as you sell model. So you're only paying when an item sells. And the more you sell, the cheaper it gets for you. So yes, I can do a quick little tutorial for you if you want to. So basically, this is how I'm doing it now, because you can do bulk cross listing. So I go into the fast list view, and I want to look for items that have, let's see, black bras. I want to do some cross listing of some black bras. So I'm going to select these 5 items that are black bras, and I'm going to tell Treecat to autofill these, or I guess it's 4 items, but I'm going to do it from eBay to Poshmark and Mercari, and I click the autofill button, and that's where the AI is coming in, right? And the AI is filling in all the categories for me, so I don't have to do it anymore, because previous to this particular feature, I had to go in and I had to fill in the categories, but I don't have to do that anymore. And this view is our fast list view, so basically it's still working on it, but yeah, you just go, this is the original eBay one, and then you just go through it, scroll through it, make sure it got all the information correct. And if you want, you can put in hashtags and add it, and then save your hashtag. You just have to check it though, because sometimes it messes up, but most of the time it's pretty right. It's not going to put in the original price in Poshmark, but you have to put that in, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't mind, honestly, putting in 1 or 2 things, or correcting 1 or 2 things it gets wrong. It's totally fine. Because it's still a lot easier and a lot quicker than the previous way that we used to do this. So anyways, just go through it, make the changes that you want. And then when you're ready, let's see, do I have one more to check out? Yes, I'm going to put in the original price. Make sure you always save your changes, by the way, because it's not going to save for you automatically. But anyways, these are looking pretty good. I just need to add a couple more style tags. Save it. And this looks like it's the last one. Yeah. And then we can go to main actions and say list 5 items onto Mercari and Poshmark, and boom, I just listed 5 items. Now, it's not going to happen instantaneously. It does things at the pace of a human. So you'll come back in a little bit and it'll be good to go. Now, considering that this is Memorial Day weekend, I wanted to keep this short and sweet, right? So just a quick little, update with some news, with some commentary, a little quick, preview of how our system works. And then I wanted to leave you with a quote of the day. So that's like a new little thing that I'm trying to, do more reading. And I actually saw an interview with this guy, Steve Madden. He makes shoes. And I found his interview kind of inspirational. So I want to leave you with this quote today. And knowing what you don't know is such a gift. Let that sink in for a minute. Knowing what you don't know is such a gift. So with that being said, everybody, stay curious, stay humble, and have a great week. Actually, have a great Memorial Day weekend, then have a great week. We hope to see you next week on Treecat Chat. Mahalo. Bye.